Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures for Anyone on a Transportation Tuesday. And where are we? Well, we are underneath the FDR down at Pier 11 in the Financial District, and that's where you catch these. These are New York City Ferries. The one there in the background is the one we're going to be riding today on our trip. And it takes us way, way out to a land that most people who visit New York City as a tourist never go to. It's the longest ferry in New York City. It's at Rockaway, or as we all call it, Far Rockaway. Join me, Terry Dixon, for an adventure for anyone as we take the ride all the way to Far Rockaway. And this is where it starts, folks, Pier 11. Most, if not all, of the ferries come here at some point. There are 6 different lines. They go all over the water area, both rivers, out through the harbor a bit. And this Far Rockaway one, it does go all the way up to Throg's Neck to the park. And then it goes on its way from Wall Street and Pier 11 out to Rockaway, or as we call it, Far Rockaway. It is the longest line in the city. As you can see, I use that other map because the map of all of them is a little bit confusing. There are a lot of ferries in New York. Now, why? Interesting question. So as I was getting on the ferry here, like I said, we're at Pier 11. We're across the river from Brooklyn. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge over there. These ferries have been here on and off since 1908. They used to run all over the area from 1908 till about 1980, and then they kind of faded from memory and existence because of the subway system and the buses and everything, people driving a lot, whatever the reason was. So what happened with this Far Rockaway one? Well, back in 2012, had a little storm called Superstorm Sandy, and it took out some bridges out in Jamaica and made travel nearly impossible. So that started getting them into the groove of putting the Far Rockaway ferry back in service. So it reopened back in 2014, and it's been operating ever since. It takes about an hour, 55 minutes to ride this baby all the way from Pier 11 in Wall Street out to Far Rockaway. And why would you do such a thing? Well, you know, there's people that live out there, number one. Number two, it does make one other stop along the way, and it's at the Brooklyn Army Terminal here. As you can see, it's not the only boat that parks over there. This is used for various boats, sightseeing boats, small cruises, this kind of thing, as well as ferries. It's got a huge parking lot there, and whatever they do, it's basically an educational facility now. And they come from there to park their car and take the ferry into the city. It is one of the things that goes on here. As you can see, the day that I was on this ferry, it was supposed to be really nice out, but I was freezing to death up on the top of that ferry. There was one other brave rider up there with me, and there we were, the two of us on top of this ferry. Holds like 200 people, and there were 2 of us on the top because it clouded over and it got cold like in a heartbeat. The wind started up and everything, but it was still an amazing ride. It only cost $4.50 to ride this ferry. It cost me $9 round trip. I got a 2-hour boat ride. I hate to say it, but you kind of can't beat it. Maybe it would be better in better weather, but I still had a really good time up there. We went over by South Brooklyn and Bay Ridge, and we went under this. This is the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. It is the connector between Brooklyn and Staten Island. Don't know if you even knew there was a bridge out there, but there it is. It's one of the biggest bridges in the city. It's one of the only ones that is not walkable, so you got to drive over that one or ride a bus. After that, you know, we kind of went out into the water. There's quite a waterway out there. You go by Brooklyn, you go by the Jamaica area out there. You can see the airport, and eventually 55 minutes later or so, you find yourself going under this bridge that goes to Rockaway. And that is about the end of the line. This is a really great way to get out to the beaches. Rockaway's full of beaches, and in the summertime there's a shuttle bus that meets you there. In the high traffic times, you can even get a reserved ticket to make sure you can get on this shuttle or on this ferry, because it gets busy. That'll cost you $10 to $12. You got to reserve it in advance, then catch the shuttle bus. You can also take the A line out there. We talked about that last week. You know, is how you get out to the aqueduct and the casino and Howard Beach and all of that. It's the same train, just keeps on going out to Far Rockaway. So at any rate, it is quite a ride with a lot of views. You are in open water for a little bit. You can see it's long just from Wall Street out to Rockaway, but it also goes the other way up the East River all the way to Throgs Neck. So this is the longest ferry route in the city. You want to check the times before you go to take it, because it takes a long time for it to run. You want to make sure you catch it. No, it does not stop at Coney Island. It just sails on by. That'd be a great stop. I hope they put it in someday, but so it goes. So this is just the first of our ferry rides. It's going to be a summer full of these things. Still be doing the subways. There will always be links in the description explaining, places that you can find out more about ferries, subways, activities, everything in the city. But before you know it, you're back at Pier 11, and that's the ride.